Good morning, my friends. Well, here I am back. Yesterday we did Dick, and we did cleaned him all out and took him down to the bare necessities, and then filled him in, and he's all ready to rock and roll. So now today we're doing Jane, and Jane is Dick's twin as far as the size. For anyone who's new, this is a shoebox that I have cut holes in. I'll show you the dirty side. Cut holes in each side with a drill bit, and in the top, you can see they're done, with a little bit of netting over it. So the worms can't get out. Excuse me. So the worms can't get out, but they can get air in, and that's the important thing, because you want to have access to oxygen for these worms, because they breathe just like we do. They don't have lungs, but they breathe basically through their skin. And the line is, if they dry, they die. So they also need moisture. And so we're going to set this up so that Jane has all the essentials that she needs to survive. So just like Dick, I took some shredded cardboard, and I have rainwater that I poured over it and let it sit so that it would absorb. And then I've pulled it out so that it's not drippy wet, but so that she has a good base as well. And so we're going to add that. That's going to be our base. No worries. I mean, you know, if you don't have this much, or you have more or whatever, don't worry about it. I have a toilet roll, and what I'd like to do is put that in here also, so that any air that gets in here stays in and gives them a good foundation. You know, it's a place that they can go and feel safe if that's what they need. The other thing I'm going to do, and don't think I'm crazy, but I have shredded cardboard. This is, or shredded paper rather. It was wrapping paper, or you know, party paper, whatever that stuff is that you call it. And this is going to be the little bit of difference. Is I want to see if just how quickly they take all this in. Gee, I had more than I thought I did. I could have used this instead. I'm not going to wet this down. I'm just going to put it on like one side. It'll get wet because I've got wet food. And then on the other side, I have elm leaves. And these are Drake elm leaves. I think this is probably an oak leaf. Maybe I'm going to pull that out, because oak leaves break down like the glaciers move. You know, they break down very slowly. But anyway, these are Drake elm leaves, and when they dry, when they get brown, they go kind of golden. These are fresh right off the tree, but you can see they're just starting to lose their green. There's ones that have turned brown. And what I did last year was I actually brought these in after they had dried, and I put them through my NutriBullet, and I came up with this like a mash. It was drier than how do I want to say it? It was drier than some of the wet things that I give them, you know, like this cardboard, but you could still feel that it had just a little bit of moisture in it. And also what I did is I took hot boiling water, and I put it over these, because I just didn't want to bring in any bugs in my house. So we're going to have the paper on one side, and we're going to have the leaves on the other. And to that, I'm going to add this wonderful bananas, strawberry tops, all the different things. The stuff that I gave to Dick yesterday, we're going to give Jane today. And this is banana peels, and strawberry tops, and celery. You know, whenever I take my celery, and we like to just pull the little hairs off. They're called ribs for any of you chefs out there. And that might be a little bit much, but we'll go with it. And the worms will love this. This has been frozen, so any of the bacteria has already been killed. And now we're going to add some moringa powder. This is from my organic moringa trees. It's the tree of life. It's wonderful for us, and it has all sorts of A, C, E, antioxidants. It's supposed to be really good for brain power. So I'm going to have really Einstein worms here. It'll be a new Acinia fetida Einsteinium, And okay, so what else are we going to add? Okay, so we're going to add some coffee grounds to it as well, because now the coffee isn't grit, but the coffee is food. And so we're going to give the worms that. And let them have that. And I'm even going to put in just a few over here on this side, since it's so dry. Just a few strawberry tops here. So much of my stuff is getting either ground or dehydrated. There we go. That'll be great. And then on top of that, then the last thing we're going to add is the grit. And the grit is like it's like the finishing touch on all of this stuff. And it's because the worms don't have a stomach. They don't have teeth either. As a matter of fact, they don't even have lips. They just have kind of like almost like a muscle. And the muscle, yum, grabs stuff and is able to kind of pull it in. And that's really all we're going to do. And then I'm going to take this coffee filter and put that really on top of it. And that'll keep all that nice moisture in. And I wanted to do this, the first part of October, so that I could come back in a couple weeks and see what they're doing, see if they can rock and roll on that. And then maybe we'll add a little bit more party favors for them. So I think that's it. That's Jane. We'll give her the quickie today. For those of you who were here yesterday, you saw that we took a little bit more time with both Dick and Jane. One last thing I did want to show you real quick was the beautiful casting. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't know what I'm thinking today. We might have missed just one minor little step. Peggy, the old joke is taste the soup, and the guy keeps going, what's wrong with it? No, taste the soup. Oh, what is there? Is it too cold? Is it too hot? No, taste the soup. Oh, where's the spoon? Ahem. So those of you who are watching are probably going, isn't there supposed to be worms in there with that whole thing? So I wanted to show you here. Aren't they lovely? Aren't those beautiful? There's our red wigglers. There's our Acinia fetida. I hope you're laughing. So, and I thought I had everything laid out there for myself, but this was kind of laid off to the side because it's one of my bigger bins that I couldn't quite have right in my hand. There, I think that's everyone. I'm so sorry, wormies. There you are, my babies. There you go. Oh, and they're moving around. They're finding their way. Okay, and where was our coffee? There we go. Now we're back on track. Okay, so there's Jane, upside down Jane. Quickly. I wanted to show you the castings that I took from Jane. This is almost 3 pounds. And I mean, the castings are just beautiful, aren't they? They're a little too moist to sift, but if I just wanted to add these back to my garden, A lot of the times what I do, everybody's talking about sifting and whether they sift well or whether they store well. I just feel like if I can take these and use them almost immediately, the microbes, the good bacteria, everything that's in there is going to supercharge out in my garden and get my fall garden ready. If you don't have that ability, if you're in some cold place and you go, well, I really want to save mine, well then, great, let these dry out. Then you can sift them and get out any worms that are in there and hang on to them until maybe spring, or if you're using them in your pots, what have you. So anyway, that was all I wanted to show you from Dick and Jane, the dynamic duo, as I like to think of them. Let me just move you over here. From Dick and Jane, let me say bye-bye for now, and I hope to see you all back real soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.